Hello, my name is Fitriani Abdul Hakim. My matrix number is YE 2016-1139. Today I will present about the company profile. First, I will go into the company background. Our company that we choose to the FDI project are Gamuda Berhad. Gamuda Berhad is a company incorporated on 6 October 1976 and it was listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia on 10th August 1992. From Malaysia that focus on engineering, property and infrastructure. Gamuda Berhad has a vision to lead the region in innovative breakthrough solutions for large-scale public infrastructure and property development. Meanwhile, the mission is to reliably deliver innovative world-class infrastructure and premier lifestyle properties to their customer through their core business in infrastructure development and construction, operation of infrastructure facility and property development. The location that Gamuda is planned to open a branch in Vientiane, Laos. Vientiane is the major economic center of Laos. Traffic in Laos is chaotic and has terrible road conditions, which cause frequent road accidents. Gamuda will work together with the government of Laos for the better road development, especially in Vientiane, the capital and largest city of Laos. Gamuda will build an office in Vientiane to ensure all road construction projects will run smoothly. The main reason for Gamuda to choose Vientiane as the place to build an office is because of the strategic area Vientiane located. Being the capital city of Laos, Vientiane offers a lot of opportunities since many people will visit the city every day. By building a business in Laos, this will also create opportunities to the local people in Laos in terms of employment. Moreover, this location has high accessibility of suppliers. There are many suppliers surrounded around the Vientiane. Thus, the supply of resources and raw materials will be easily reached in the local. This will help to reduce the logistic costs and increase the probability of obtaining high-quality product. The product and services. Gamuda Berhad expertise it grows along with the needs of the industry, from holistic and sustainable township. Gamuda Berhad expertise it grows along with the needs of the industry, from holistic and sustainable township to innovative public infrastructure solutions. Gamuda have ventured in the engineering and constructions. Gamuda has spent the last 4 decades developing groundbreaking engineering and global glass infrastructure solutions as one of the biggest construction companies in Malaysia. The expertise includes civil engineering, mechanical engineering, engineering consulting, and construction solutions. For railways, Gamuda have undertaken big railways projects in Malaysia as well as outside of Malaysia, which have contributed to economic growth from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to China. Their work have also provided residents with a more productive commute. The example of railways product by Gamuda are MRT Sungai Buloh Serdang Putrajaya line, the MRT Sungai Buloh Kajang line, the electrified double track project EDTP, and the Kah Seong Metropolitan Mass Rapid Transit KMMRT. Other than that, Gamuda have industrialized building system. This is the Malaysia's first digital IBS facility. Gamuda IBS enables a wide range of products to be built. Gamuda have industrialized building system. This is the Malaysia's first digital IBS facility. Gamuda IBS enables a wide range of products to be built such as affordable homes, luxurious landed homes, high-rise buildings, and public facilities. Every component is produced at a controlled factory environment and fully tested. The quality is assured through this safer and more sustainable construction method with very minimal waste. The goal and objective of these expansions are to further expand the subsidiaries of Gamuda Berhad to Laos, as Gamuda sees the need for road development in Laos. It is proposed for Gamuda to invest abroad because of diversification reasons. Risk can be reduced by investing in more than one country as long as the countries are not economically perfect correlated. Therefore, by diversifying across nations, Gamuda is able to sustain its business for a long time compared to its rivals. This expansion has two objectives, namely, first, to achieve profitability in the long run, and the second is to further establish corporate social responsibility image of the company. That's all. Thank you.
For SWOT analysis, the strength for Gamuda Berhad. First, Gamuda Berhad is an early established company in the construction industries. Secondly, the company finances its asset using equity finance rather than debt financing. The third, Gamuda recorded an increasing trend in dividends and profit almost every year. And the fourth one, Gamuda is known as a provider of high quality manufacturing products such as smart and MRT. The weakness for Gamuda, Gamuda does not have enough expertise in manufacturing raw material compared to competitors in terms of cement manufacture, and also faces decreasing in revenues in some previous years, and also needs high cost in order to provide the best service. To provide the best product and service, the equipment need and the safety plan to make sure customer feel safe and convenience. The opportunity, mostly Gamuda project come with strong support from the governments, and this strategic alliance can help Gamuda to run business smoothly. Also, strategic location of project. All of Gamuda's projects are located in strategic place, which can ensure that many people will use their product. For example, MRT Sungai Buloh at Kajang. Line is built in a strategic place that enables the MRT to be used by 44,000 riders every day. The threat for Gamuda. For market research, in economy sector, economy can be defined as a large set of interrelated production and consumption activities that help in determining the allocation of scarce resources. The economic system consists of the fulfillment of needs of those living and operation within the economy by producing as well as consuming goods and services. It comprises all activity relating to production, consumption, and trade of goods and services in area. The economy of country is governed by its culture, laws, history, and geographic, which evolved according to its necessities. In Malaysia's economy, perform has been one of Asia best since its formation in 1963. Due to the diversified and modernist economy in high levels of foreign and domestic private investment, Malaysia construction industry sector covers the aspect of the planning, design, conservation, demolition, and repairing various types of building and all types of mechanical and civil engineering works, other field works involved. In Laos economy, according to the World Bank, Laos has one of the highest poverty rates in Southeast Asia, which 80% of them in the rural population work in subsistence farming. The economy relies heavily on such. For social economy in Malaysia, the recent renewed government has supported Malaysia's social economy in ecosystem building effort to enhance innovation and social entrepreneurship. With a majority of Malaysians believing in Islam, as well as prominent Buddhist, Christian, and Hindu communities, religious motivated charitable giving is excellence. Malaysia's familiarity in Islamic finance, which can be seen through its issuance of green sukuks, makes it the second largest social responsible investing market in Asia. For Laos social economy, Laos is among the least developed and poorest countries in Asia, but significant economic growth in the past decade has benefited the country. Laos has been heavily depends on external demands for its natural resources such as mining, hydropower, and forestry. Regulatory capacity and knowledge of market economy within the government of Laos is limited and threatens future sustainable growth and the country's ability to address economic vulnerabilities. For political, in Malaysia, due to the unstable political condition, Malaysia's long-term economic prospects are likely to be dim as a result of political uncertainty and increasing polarization. After the 2018 general election, the political instability in Malaysia is shaping up to be a longer-lasting phenomenon than just a temporary issue. However, this delicate political and ethnic balance is starting to fade due to the inclination to authoritarianism. The political tension that grew is damaging Malaysia's economy. In Laos political, recent events and ongoing development trends reinforce the urgency of directing greater attention to party-state governments and roles in Laos. The past decade of resources-intensive development has contributed to some of the highest rates of economic growth in the Asia-Pacific region. It is not typical transition economy, but it has also been characterized by a highly uneven pattern of development. Increasing urban-rural wealth disparity and environmental controversy of national and regional significance. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Nur Fatin binti Muhammad Zaidi. My matrix number YE2016110. 5.0 Financial Analysis. 5.1 Budget. Road constructions project require proper planning and budgeting to ensure the success. depending on the size, a road construction project can be quite resource intensive. Gamuda's first project in Laos will be fixing the main road in Vientiane with a length of 120 km. Therefore, the budget consists of the calculations of setting up the office and fixing the main in Vientiane. Gamuda estimated the whole project and office constructions will cost around 600 billion KIP. Gamuda will hire local people as workers since the labor costs in way cheaper compared to Malaysia and bring in some professionals from Malaysia. It is estimated that the cost of equipment and materials will be the highest since heavy materials such as tar and trucks are so expensive. Gamuda also prepay an extra 100 billion KIP for miscellaneous costs. The first project will approximately finish in 1 year, and Gamuda will keep on working on future projects. 5.2 Short-term liquidity analysis according to financial statement. Liquidity is the ability to convert asset into cash or obtain cash to meet short-term obligations. A company's short-term liquidity risk is affected by the timing of cash inflow and outflow, along with its prospect for future performance. Hence, the analysis done below is the excess risk for Gamuda Berhad. 5.3 Capital structure and solvency analysis according to financial statement. 5.4 Inflation rate comparison. The table above shows the inflation rate of Malaysia and Laos for historical 2009 until 2019 and forecast year 2020 until 2030. The historical inflation rates for both countries were obtained from the past statistics. The growth rate indicates the change of inflation rates between a year and its previous year, which is calculated by dividing the difference between 2 years' inflation rate with inflation rate of previous year. The average growth rate is calculated by dividing the total of growth rates for the previous 9 years with 9. Forecasted inflation rate of the year 2019 to 2029 are calculated by using this formula. Inflation rate of 2018, 1 plus current average growth rate. After all data are obtained, it can be predicted that Laos will experience higher inflation rate compared to Malaysia. The reason for rising inflation rates could be because of the rising price of fuel, causing the government to take steps to address this economic risk. As shown above, the exchange rate for 1 unit of my YR Malaysians for KIP is 21 to 6.99. Okay, cut. As shown above, the exchange rate for 1 unit of Malaysian ringgit for KIP is 21 to 6.69 KIP as of July 2020. This rate is expected to change slightly over the years as shown in forward rate above.
Hello, my name is Sabriani binti Basri. My metric number is YE 20161113. Okay, financial analysis. Okay, but from the financial analysis, the budget, road construction projects require proper planning and budgeting to ensure their success. Depending on the size, a road construction project can be quite resource intensive. Gamuda is Gamuda's first project in Laos will be fixing the main road in Ventine with a length of 120 kilometers. Therefore, this budget consists of the calculations of setting up the office and fixing the main road in Ventine. Example, the item is cost of labor 50 workers. The total cost is 180 billion. Cost of equipments 360 billions. The miscellaneous cost, the total cost is 60 billions. The total cost is 600 billion. Okay. Gamuda estimated the whole project and office constructions will cost around 600 billion. Keep. Gamuda will hire local Lao people as workers since the labor cost is way cheaper compared to Malaysia, and bring in some professionals from Malaysia. It is estimated that the cost equipment and materials will be the highest since heavy materials such as tar and trucks are so expensive. Gamuda also prepare an extra 100 billion kip for miscellaneous costs. The first project will approximately finish in 1 year, and Gamuda will keep on working on future projects. Short-term liquidity analysis. According to financial statement, liquidity is the ability to convert asset into cash or obtain cash to meet short-term obligations. A company's short-term liquidity risk is affected by the timing of cash inflows and outflows along with its prospect for future performance. Hence, the analysis done below is to assess risk for Gamuda Berhad. Details. In 2019, working capital is 6,087 until 5,099. Working capital is the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Gamuda's working capital is previous year is 2,988 billion ringgit Malaysia. Current ratio is to measure companies' ability to pay short-term and long-term obligations. Gamuda's current ratio of 1.58 times shows that it is capable of paying its obligations because it has a larger proportions of short-term asset value relative to the value of its short-term liabilities. Cash to current asset ratio. Cash to current asset ratio is the current value of marketable securities and cash divided by the company's current liabilities. Gamuda's cash to current asset ratio is 0.31 times. Cash to current liabilities ratio. Cash to current liabilities ratio is the company's ability to pay back its liabilities such as debt and accounts payables with its assets like cash, marketable securities, inventory, and account receivable. It also indicates that the company would be able to pay all current liabilities immediately without having to sell or liquidate other assets. Gamuda's cash to current liabilities ratio is 0.21 times. Capital structure and solvency analysis. According to financial statement, debt ratio is the comprehensive measure of the relation between total debt and total capitals. In other words, it's a ratio that measures the instance of a company's leverage. Gamuda debt ratio is 0.63 times. Debt to equity ratio. Debt to equity ratio is a measurement of the percentage of the company's balance sheet that is financed by suppliers, lenders, creditors, and obligors versus what the shareholders have committed. Gamuda's debt to equity ratio is 0.39 times. Long-term debt equity ratio. Long-term debt to equity ratio is a measure between the capital contributed by the creditors and also the capital contributed by shareholders. The greater a company's leverage, the higher the ratio. Gamuda's long-term debt to equity ratio is 0.48 times. Debt to tangible net worth ratio. Debt to tangible to net worth ratio is the indications of the level of creditors' protections in case of the firm's insolvency by comparing its total liabilities with shareholders' equity excluding intangibles asset. Gamuda's debt to tangible to net worth ratio is 1.91 times. Okay. This, from the the assignment that we give to doctor, the table above show the inflation's rate of Malaysia and lows for historical 2009 and 2019 and forecasted years 2020 until 2030. The historical inflation rates for both countries were obtained from the past statistic. The growth rate indicates the changes of inflation rates between a year and its previous year, which is calculated by dividing the difference between 2 years' inflation rate with inflation rate of previous year. The average growth rate is calculated by dividing the total of growth rates by the previous 9 years with 9. Forecasted inflation rate of the year 2009 to 2029 are then calculated by using this formula. Inflation rate of 2018, 1 plus current average growth rate. After all data are obtained, it can be predicted that Laos will experience higher inflation rate compared to Malaysia. The reason of rising inflation rate could be because of the rising prices of wool, causing the government to take steps and to address this economic risk. Okay, from we can see as shown below above, the exchange rate for 1 unit of ringgit Malaysia for KIP is 2126.69 KIP as of July 2020. This rate is expected to change slightly over the years as shown in forward rate above. Okay, WACC. The total investment for the project is 600 billion KIP, as much as 70% of the original budget. 360 billion KIP will be allocated into equipment. These assets are assumed to depreciate 10% over 10 years. The compositions of the funding for the project will be shown in table. Funding. 80% of the total cost of business will be funded by Gamuda with the support of government of Laos, while the balance of 20% will be borrowed from loans. We can see here pro forma financial statement. The pro forma income statement from year 2021 until 2027. The pro forma clearly show that the first 3 years of the project years will not generate any profit because it needs 3 years to construct our road construction project. After 3 years, the project will start to generate income. Free cash flow. You can see the previous table show the cash flow from year 2021 until year 2027. In year 2021, there is no cash outflow while purchase of property and equipment was started to support the project on project year 3. During year 2022-2023, these 3 years are the period where the road constructions project is still constructing. In year 2024 until 2027, our cash flow indicates the company start to generate income accordingly as per the increment of operating activities. And the net increase in hand shows fluctuations which is due to the investment and financing activities during this road construction project. Okay, sources of fund. It has been calculated that 80% of the source are derived from the company itself and some support from the government. The amount that we propose for funding is 480 billion KIP. The other type of financing source is from bank loan. This is the conditions where 20% of the source expand this business is from the bank loan. The amount that we will make apply for loan is 120 billion KIP. Thank you.